2008 to 2015, a 7-year gap between the release of Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. And if we follow that same release schedule, then Fallout 5 should have been released in 2022. But of course, that didn't happen. In fact, they were still in the blueprint phase of pre-production on the game in 2021, which was confirmed by Todd Howard in November of 2021, saying they had a one-page design document that served as the blueprint for the game, and said in an interview that the next games Bethesda would be releasing were Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, then Fallout 5, in that order. Seeing how Elder Scrolls 6 is still in its very early stages of development, and its projected release is likely 2028 or possibly even later, that could mean Fallout 5 wouldn't release until 2035, which would be 20 years after Fallout 4's release, which is insane. There's been some rumors to suggest that Microsoft has realized this fact and want to get a new Fallout game released as soon as possible. And this makes sense because they likely want to try and cash in on the fact that the Fallout TV show has been pretty successful overall, so having a new Fallout game coincide with the release of a new season or something would drastically boost its sales and vice versa. It would make many more gamers go and watch the Fallout show after playing a new game. And this is something that's been successful for many different studios like with The Witcher, Cyberpunk, and Arcane. So if that rumor is true, that they want to release a Fallout game much sooner than something like 2035, there's only a few things they could really do. 1. Remakes or remasters. During the FTC trial against Microsoft, where they were trying to acquire Activision Blizzard, you may recall seeing that a remake of Fallout 3 was leaked in one of the official documents, and this obviously had a lot of people speculating and being excited about the idea of finally getting a remake that a lot of Fallout fans have been begging for years. Also, this opened up the possibility of seeing a Fallout New Vegas remake, which is also something that's been highly requested, probably even more so than Fallout 3. And this would be one of the easier routes to take, as remakes and remasters don't usually take as much time to create as a full-blown sequel. So I can definitely see this being one of the more likely options Microsoft decides to go with if they plan on getting a Fallout game released within the next few years. And if they remaster Fallout 3 and New Vegas and keep them exactly as they are, no changes for modern audiences or anything like that, just update the visuals, performance, and gameplay, then I'd be pretty damn excited about that. Option 2. They can hand over the franchise to Obsidian or some other Xbox-owned studio to work on a Fallout spin-off game like a New Vegas 2 or a Fallout game set in a different location while Bethesda develops Elder Scrolls 6. This worked out great for Bethesda after they made Fallout 3 in 2008 and contracted Obsidian to make New Vegas while they worked on Skyrim. This could be one of the easiest solutions as well to one of the major problems Bethesda and Microsoft have right now. With these massive development cycles where it takes them 8 years to make one RPG game, having other studios develop spin-offs of their other major franchises may be the only solution for now. And modern day Obsidian is definitely not the same Obsidian that gave us New Vegas or any of their other best games like Pillars of Eternity or Tyranny. Avowed certainly looks like it's going to be some major slop in my opinion, but I'm just saying that this is likely another route Microsoft could take if they don't want such major gaps between some of Bethesda's biggest IPs. And let me know which one of these two solutions you'd prefer in the comments. Personally, I'd lean towards remakes or remasters of Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Honestly, I'd love a remake of Fallout 1 and 2 as well in first-person view. That'd be pretty cool, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. But I'd rather see remakes of Fallout 3 and New Vegas rather than them risking a spin-off from a studio that might not be able to capture the magic of the originals. When it comes to franchises like Fallout, the strength of the writing, world building, and character development are crucial, and until the industry figures out how to handle these aspects better, I think a solid, faithful remake would be the best move for now. Honestly, it's not like Bethesda's any better. After the release of Starfield, I don't have much faith that Bethesda will be able to do even the Elder Scrolls 6 right. And again, with what Obsidian's been making lately, I'm not too optimistic about their ability to do another Fallout game, but I wanted to take a look at some comments from the community about what they think about these ideas, and I found this post on NeoGAF discussing this topic, and we're just going to go ahead and go through a couple comments here. Hand it over to Obsidian and bring back the New Vegas crew. They won't do this because it hurts poor Todd Howard's feelings that Obsidian arguably made a better Fallout game than they did. It's obvious that this is the best decision. Again, modern day Obsidian is not the same Obsidian that gave us New Vegas. Bringing back the entire New Vegas crew is impossible, as they've either retired or are scattered across the industry now, so that's never going to happen. Although he is right about Todd Howard's feelings being hurt about New Vegas being praised as better than anything Bethesda's made in regards to Fallout. Initially, Bethesda was even going to have Obsidian work on an Elder Scrolls game after they released Skyrim, while Bethesda worked on Fallout 4. But they decided to cancel that at some point during the pre-production phase, and some people have speculated that it's because of some kind of jealousy that Obsidian was leagues ahead of Bethesda in terms of writing, world building, and other game design aspects, but none of this is 100% confirmed, but still very believable at this point. His comment then continues to bring up the idea of Fallout 3 and New Vegas remasters being an easy win for Microsoft, which is totally true. If Microsoft were as smart as they claim, they would have split the company, or at least split the IP to one team working on Fallout while the other team works on Elder Scrolls. Makes no sense to buy out a company which only releases their big titles once every 8 years. An entire generation could pass by without a new Fallout or Elder Scrolls. Yeah, this would be one of the most logical steps to take. Like I stated earlier in the video, having these massive gaps between major releases is absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, an entire generation of gamers could completely miss out on the release from one of these major franchises. Truly insane to think about when back in the day we had Oblivion, Fallout 3, New Vegas, Skyrim, and Fallout 4 all released within a 9-year window. Now, one thing I've sort of been ignoring so far into this video is the existence of Fallout 76. It's a game that's still receiving major updates and has a decently active player base, and when the Fallout TV show released, it did see a pretty major resurgence in its player count reaching its all-time high on Steam. New Vegas shot up to 44,000 players, which was also its all-time peak. Fallout 3 at 11,000 players, also its all-time peak. And of course, Fallout 4 shot up to a super high at 186,000 players. Now imagine if there was another Fallout game right around the corner. Imagine the levels of hype it could be achieving right now, with the Fallout show getting a Season 2 in the next couple years. But for whatever reason, Microsoft and Bethesda have completely dropped the ball with the franchise, and just don't seem to have anything planned right now outside of a potential Fallout 3 remake, which we don't know is totally confirmed. This just seems like bad foresight from Microsoft and bad planning from Bethesda and Microsoft together, because this is just leaving money on the table to leave the franchise dormant for this long. If they were smart, they would have greenlit some remasters or remakes right after acquiring Bethesda in 2021, and possibly even had one of their studios working on a new game. But instead, they just kind of farted around for too long. So it's hard to say when we'll see another Fallout game for now. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about the situation. Honestly, these dev cycles are getting a bit ridiculous, and it's especially painful when they don't even pay off, like is the case with Starfield. 8 years of development on that game, for what? One of the most awful sci-fi RPGs ever made. And even though it was a financial success, it will forever be another stain on Bethesda's record in my opinion. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe for more videos just like this. And I'll see you all in the next one.